think about the bright side. You're still, you're still in the Manor. It's a great gang. Life is good.
It's hard to be great,
You know,
now that C and SK are gone.
yeah, the CNS are gone. Your ops, right? Your ops that you really didn't like, right?
You know what? I feel like SK's changed ever since he became fat and
Oh,
unorganized and
oh my,
disproportionate in his body build. Like he
oh,
just totally changed and thought he deserved fucking better. Like,
jeez.
why would you walk away? Like I don't understand.
Why would he walk away? Why would a gang leader walk away from his gang?
That's what I'm saying.
There had to be a good reason for it, right? What was the reason?
Let me ask you, Ray, is it hard running a gang with
Yes.
so many people and personalities and opinions and
Yes.
it's like wrangling like 6-year-old toddlers
Yep.
that have an attention span of a fucking hamster?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is
How do you
incredibly
do it?
You deal with it by delegating as much as you can and realizing that nothing will ever be perfect and realizing that you will have to inevitably take responsibility for every small fucking mistake that every member will make.
But why do you do it?
Yes, it's rewarding. It's worth it. I can drive to my block with knowing that there are people that would do nearly anything for me. And it's just nice to have people that want to be by my side. That's why I do it.
I see.
It's great. Like the Habibis, like they always have my back. And it's just nice to have people like that. And you can get that outside of a gang, but you don't be anywhere nearby what it's like to be in a gang. Don't you feel that with the Manor?
I mean, yeah, of course. So
Yeah.
I think our relationship has progressed tremendously of how they used to how I used to feel like I was treated in a way.
That's right. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean by that?
It's nothing.
You feel like you weren't treated well before in the Manor?
Well, it's like one of those things where like I'm not like I wasn't never looked at to be like in a 6. You know what I mean? Like I never had that potential.
Yeah, but who gives a
But I
fuck about
always
that?
wanted to be. I've always wanted to be, but they never saw. They just saw like I don't know, like the airhead of me.
So you're saying you just didn't like not being chosen to be priority in jobs and shit like that?
Well, yeah, I did. There's always like egos, and I don't do that. I just want to be like a part of things and not having people like really like, I don't know, like spectate on what I'm good at and what I'm not and just want me along just because, Like, isn't that more fun?
I mean, it's fun, yeah, but can I be honest with you? It's unrealistic with certain groups, right? Like
Well, of course, yeah, I guess so.
you have the Manor trying to be one of the top street gangs, and then, like they got the problems that they have to deal with. I'm sure you guys deal with the basics quite a bit, having issues with that. I mean, you gotta think about it. If you want that, Gigi, you gotta find smaller groups that prioritize that. What you're saying, which is like,
That's true. I'll be honest with you. I when I go off and do things like by myself, I do feel like I'm a little bit more free in a sense of like I'm not being judged or anything. And I can just literally just talk to anyone, right? It's really easy. I'm a very social butterfly. And
then why don't you do
sometimes
that?
Huh?
Why don't you do that more often? Why don't you just go off on your own?
I don't know. I think it just got to a point where it just felt like I don't know. Maybe I just thrive being alone sometimes, and feeling like being part of something.
I was gonna flare about the girl group, yeah.
It's like I have to compete, but I'm not the loudest in the room.
I see. I get what you mean. Trust me. I have been there, done that. I've also been. I'll be honest. I've also been on the side where I have to cut people out of groups. I have to make sure that the people who are most experienced in that, have that go on things. So I do understand both perspectives. Gigi, if I were you with what you're looking for, I would try to search for something that does prioritize your goals. I mean, I've heard there's a new gang forming of a bunch of ladies that want to do, jobs and stuff. Why don't you reach out to groups for that? Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I always do thriving around the girls and getting into shit. That's always been a fun thing.
I can put your name forward and see if you want to have a conversation with them. But like I said, this is probably something you keep on the down low until you actually feel their vibe out.
Yeah, yeah, maybe you're right. Wait, I would like to meet them, so
Oh,
just
okay.
have a chat.
I don't know if they're around right now. Let me check.